giving him a slap over the wrist for letting us take care of things from here on out. No, he's in safe hands. So, Jeff, looking good on the camera.
Hey, we're trying. Hey,
I'm
what's up,
looking a little
everybody?
better. How are you? It's Jeff Hubbard and myself, Damien King. Holding the show for a little bit while Manny's taking a tea break. You see
So
the
we got
rider.
Alex Uranga up right now, Kingy, and he's doing a nice roll, just trying to get a score on the board. He just started. Ryan got the first wave. He didn't make, and Alex is probably the second ridden wave of this heat. Landry Lester and Jacob Romero are also in this heat. And here we go, Jacob Romero in blue. Can you talk us through it?
Yes, Jacob's just looking for an inside bowl. Boom, big air reverse, but he's just kind of fallen off the back there. I guess, I don't know, it might be pretty hard out there, but they're just looking for kind of peaky, wedgy ones, some of the guys. And Hardy, I think that last wave he took off on had a bit of a wall to it. So, but I don't know, the ones with the walls are a bit harder. As you see Jacob just lining this inside bowl, and it's wrapping in pretty hard in the beach. Yeah, it was a nice rotation, but I don't think he's going to get much for that. He needs to, land back on the wave, but good effort.
Yeah, it's a good warm-up for him, I guess.
Hardball's deep on the back peak. Look where he's sitting. He knows the reef really well. That was a close one.
That was a pretty good wave, but yeah, he knows it better than anyone, so if it's not going to be good, he's not going to go. We know that priority is pretty crucial in these heats, Kingy, where you're sitting in the priority situation determines like what wave you're going to be able to catch. Yeah,
for sure. And you can see Lester sitting with Hardy too, and I guess everyone knows where Lester's from, Shark Island. And I just surfed with Lester a couple of weeks ago out there, and I've never seen someone show so much knowledge ever at a local spot than what he did. As you see the guys lining up there, Hardy, Jacob Romero, Andrew Lester, and Alex Uranga.
Alex Uranga actually won the event in Reunion last year. Ryan Hardy won this event in the box. So we have two event winners from last year going up against each other here in round number 4. And Jacob Romero from Hawaii, he's an up-and-coming guy that's been charging on tour for a while, and he's shown his knowledge. But Andrew Lester, he's one of the best competitors I've ever met. Like you probably would have agreed with me, Kingy. And he may not have a world title, but he's one of these guys that's if you get him in a heat, you just kind of worry because his knowledge of competing is so in depth, and the amount of tricks he can do. He can ride the deepest, heaviest pits you can imagine, and he can do the biggest moves as well.
Yeah, no, he's just so strong and consistent in competitions. And he beat me twice in this contest. And like the first one, he beat me in like the first 10 minutes. I couldn't touch him. And then the last one, he knocked me off it in the last 15 seconds. So he's a little...
it's all about you, Kingy.
Hey? It's all... Yeah, and anyway, we talked about the Joker. That's coming out soon.
But yeah, Lester, like we said, he rips in 1 foot to 10 foot waves out here. And,
but he's just so solid. Like, I don't know, that he's always going to put in a pretty good show.
Yeah. And look at that. Alex Uranga's first wave at Rolo he did is a 5.0, and so that gets him on the board and puts him into first. Ryan Hardy had a 2.75 in second. Jacob a 1.63 for the air reverse he didn't make. And Andrew Lester sitting in first priority, I would imagine, in pole position right now waiting for a wave. Yeah, we're going to throw into an ad at the moment, guys. So check it out. What do we got? And we're back, Kingy.
Yeah, the boys getting a couple of small ones in the teaser. There's some kegs there, as you see Alex Uranga taking off nice and deep on the reef. Just looking for something that didn't quite look like it panned out.
Yeah, it looks like he just cut out of that one. He's probably, I don't know if he used up priority on that, but yeah, if he did, he's probably a little bummed.
Got a bit of a nugget coming through. I don't think anyone's taking that.
Oh.
It's just getting that stage now, isn't it, where it's just a little bit too big and it's a bit sketchy. And
you got the tide coming up, though, King. You think that'll help it, or what do you reckon?
Yeah, it'll help it a little bit, probably. I just think the wind's the major factor killing it at the moment. Jacob looking for a bowl.
Yeah,
saw a little bit of something on there, but yeah.
I wonder what the land angle was of that and how he did. It would have been interesting because he's Jacob's pretty good at kind of launching off anything, so there might have been a little section he might have done something. We may have to see a replay to see what he did. Oh yeah, looking good, King.
Yeah,
look at that hairline.
Get the Photoshop out.
No. You gotta wear a beanie like me.
Yeah, I know. Get a bit thin on top too.
So yeah, Jacob's second wave that comes in as a 2.5. I guess it wasn't a big score, so Alex still in first with a 5.0 and Ryan Hardy in third with a 2.75.
So Hardy's still looking for a wave now. He's the hot favourite, last year's winner. There he is there. How's he in two places at once?
What a surprise.
What's going on there?
Actually, it's Ryan's twin brother, Brett.
That's Brett.
One of the local rippers here at Margs. He's got a pretty good reputation of ripping it up all over the southwestern Australian coastline on a surfboard.
Geez, imagine you had a twin brother. I've told Hardy so many stories. He like girls and I won't go there.
I think it's a G-rated podcast, King. I think we have to save that.
So there's the latest scores. Good. There's the scores coming up. Alex Urania's got the lead, so he's just kind of had a couple under his belt. Hardy and Lester are waiting for the bombs. Jacob Romero's just kind of sniffing in whatever he can get at the moment, but it hasn't paid off yet. But he only needs one little section, and he'll do a pretty big air like he always does, and so he's always dangerous, Jacob. You don't really want to give him a wave that's too good because he can make the most out of nothing. So
yeah, he can. He's really good at these bowly waves. He surfs a wave like this back in his home Maui. It's a little smaller, but it's pretty bowly, I think. So he's used to these ledgy reef breaks, that's for sure. He knows how to hit the bowls. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Hard balls. Look at him. Nice line down there. Nice clean pit. Good lines on that wave.
Yeah, he definitely knows how to read the best waves out here, and that was the best wave we've seen in this heat. And of course, Ryan Hardy's on it. He probably didn't even have priority, and yet he got that wave.
Yeah, and if you have a look, most people kind of, I know they would have just kind of dropped into it, and we should hopefully we get a reflex replay coming up. But look at him, determination, not giving up.
Look at he's psyching, man. Yeah, he should be. He's just like, this is home break. He's waiting for this. Like,
so we see Lester take off in the background. This is his first wave. Nice clean wave. Oh, that's not going to happen for him.
Wow, he waited
a
good 10 minutes for that wave, and it just didn't eventuate.
Yeah, you wait that long, and when the conditions are like they are now, you can just wait that long and get just a crappy wave. Hopefully this is Hardy's wave. Look at him just go straight through that. Like, you don't see that often.
That was impressive.
Nice
and then
little half turn under the pit, pulling in there.
Barrel, rolls
nice
out
roll
of it.
Out.
Like,
that'd be a good score.
Yeah, it's textbook competition surfing at the box. That's what the judges want to see. Barrel move out, and he's giving it to him. But no surprises there, really, because it's Ryan Hardy, the last year's event winner, probably the man to beat at the box in any conditions, whether it's 1 foot at the box or 10 foot. He's going to be the guy to beat.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely owns it out there. But waiting for scores to come through. Oh, here we go. We've got Alex Uranga.
He's drawing a nice line. Let's see if he can get up the lip.
Oh, throwing a little forward.
Yeah, barrel.
Rolls out.
Yeah, so that's a good competition wave. I mean, wasn't real spectacular, but it was a really good, well-surfed wave here at the box, and it's going to get some scores for him. So it's really smart of Alex, I think.
Yeah, for sure. He's made the most of it. I know you haven't really seen a lot of forward in the barrels and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how the judges come up with that. It wasn't quite in the barrel, but
yeah, hopefully the judges can actually see it.
So this is obviously last year's competition. The man himself, the guy who's out in the heat now, Hardy took this one out. Massive invert by a Magno.
There he is, Ryan Hardy. This is what he did last year to win, just straight off the bottom on huge 8-foot waves and gigantic rollos. Man, so yeah, he's a few heats away from getting into this final, and so that's what he's been looking forward to, winning a event again in his home turf.
Imagine he won twice.
It can happen. I mean, he's the man to beat out here, King.
Be crazy, wouldn't it? Here's Alex Uranga. So he's got a nice peaky one here, not too much wall, so he's stalling a little bit, looking for the forward.
Real technical
not
surfing
bad,
there.
Getting in there.
And driving through the barrel, look, and he's already looking for the rollout. Man,
that's really, a good wave.
Really good wave.
He did well there.
Looked good from that angle, so he's stoked.
We still haven't got scores coming in from Hardy's last wave.
We do have a wave of Jacob Romero at a 5.95, so maybe that wave we were talking about earlier, King.
Yeah, that we didn't see,
he did something on that, so that's great for Jacob. So Jacob's in first at the moment.
So this is Alex Uranga's first year on the tour. I think he won the GSS last year, the qualifying tour last year.
He won the qualifying tour.
So he's hot off the press. spinning, flipping.
Yeah.
You name it, he's doing it.
You can tell he's dangerous. He made it to this round. He's a dangerous competitor. He knows how to ride in competitions, knows how to surf, and I've seen him ripping all over the place. So it's pretty cool. So we're waiting for scores to drop for his last wave and for Ryan's last wave. Ryan's last wave is going to be a really good score. And at the moment, Jacob's sitting in first place with a 5.95 and a 2.5. So we just want to say that Jones Russell is still sitting in the lead for the Freedom Fins Go Big round. I mean, he's got that big invert, and he could have $1,000. What do you feel about your boy having $1,000?
That's good. He owes me 500, so I'll be taking payment. Payments due. Lester taking off. Nice clean wave. Just looking for the lip. Oh, he's just having one of those heats at the moment.
Man, that was tough, man. He looked like a perfect wave to take off, and then all of a sudden, just ran onto that shallow bit. And
there's not much he can do about it. Like he can, you think a little bit about the heats after your bomb and stuff. But at the end of the day, like he hasn't. It's worse if you blow a good wave. But the waves that he's getting they're pretty terrible waves, and they're hard to read. The winds are onshore. Like it's a bit of a lottery unless you.
Yeah, we got Shaggy with previous heat winner Mitch Rollins. What's happening, brother?
Where you at?
Hey guys, I'm down here with Mitch Rollins for the Bodyboard King post-heat interview. Mitch, congratulations, you won the heat, and how are you feeling?
Pretty good. Just kind of been sneaking through most of my heats throughout this comp, so it's good to get a little win. It was pretty tough out there. I thought there would be a lot more waves. It's pretty junky swell, so I thought a lot more would be popping up on that back reef, but it went pretty slow and pretty low scoring heat for all of us. So could have went anyway, really.
You were able to find a good little ball and bust air reverse out of it. You're in the running for the Freedom Fins $1,000 prize.
Yeah, that was the interesting way of the box. You don't get too many end kind of bowl whitewashy sections, so it was went for it. Didn't quite make it. Pushed through that whitewash on the inside reef. So. But yeah, no, it was great. It would have been great to actually make it and get a bigger total score. But hopefully, with the Freedom Fins, though, $1,000, you get it for not making a move. That's perfect.
You'll take that. Well, congratulations, you're into the quarterfinals, and back to you guys inside. It's raining here. Bye.
Andrew Lester here, just trying to get something under his belt. He's been struggling so far, and there we go.
Boom, big roll. So this will be the competitive side of Lester we see come out now.
Yeah.
The experience.
15 minutes left, Kingy.
Yeah, he's halfway through the heat now, and like from this stage, it looks like Lester's doing it pretty tough. So, you watch him come back in this last 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, you cannot write this guy off. You can't write anyone off. And look at that roll. That was huge.
That was a massive roll.
He does these amazing rolls. They're so extended and clean. It's really cool to see.
I've tried to pick his brains at how launched he gets, and last year he gave me a few little secrets of but he actually like what he's doing with those rolls and stuff, they're actually pretty technical, the way how he gets so much air and how he gets out of the lip heaps.
Yeah, but he's been doing it since he's been for the last 15 years he's been doing rolls just like that and in critical sections, and it's pretty impressive to see him still going. He won the Australian Tour last year, and he won it about 10 years before that. So
yeah, well he had a break for a while.
Yeah, he did.
And then he's just come back, and since he's been back, he's been on fire.
He has been. He's surfing almost better than ever, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
It's really cool to see.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a hunger about him now that I don't think he ever had.
Nah, I mean, having that break, watching everyone, wins contests and do these things, and then having a chance at it yourself. I think he's just seizing the moment and just going for it. And so I think he's going to be a threat on tour this year.
Oh, for sure.
Right,
he's already off to a good start.
Start
at pipe. Like he did pretty well. As you see, Jacob Romero taking off. Pretty bad way, but it's going to bowl in here. Here we go.
Oh
boom! Big air.
And he handled it.
Oh, no.
Jacob. Wow, that was his wave.
Yeah, that would have been the one that sent him through.
That was the one. I think he just got hung up a little bit. He usually does really amazing inverts and just really tweaked, and I don't think he tweaked it as much as he usually does there. And he kind of maybe
looks like he came down and nosedived. Hopefully we get a reflex replay coming up.
That was an amazing bowl for him, and he did.
Look at him.
Yeah, he's pissed, man. He knows he should have done something on that and handled it. Man, I'm real bummed for him because he doesn't get these opportunities very often to come and
get this far too.
And he's such a talented rider, and when and to see him come up come up here and just, want to put on. I know he wants to put on just a good show more than anything, almost even more than advancing. He just wants to put on a great show and show that he has the talent to be at this level.
Here we go,
which he
hard
certainly
balls.
does.
Takes off, nice behind the peak. Oh, looks like it's foamed. That camera angle didn't do too many favours for us, but he
Of course
came
he makes
out.
it. It's Ryan Hardy.
Yeah,
He's
he
going to make
made
these
it.
things.
So, I don't know, it didn't look like a great wave from where we saw it. Maybe we might get a replay of it, but
Yeah, you know what? That might be. He needs a
Here he
second
goes.
scoring wave, though. So, I think.
oh no, he did a nice roll.
Wow. So that's going to
Yeah, that was
really
awesome.
help his
Yeah, you couldn't,
cause.
and from the angle that we had, we couldn't even tell that. I don't think be good to get a replay of Jacobs too, but I'm not sure if the guys got that.
Yeah, and see what happened because he launched really high and he's really good at launching. And just when he came down, it didn't look like he.
What about the photographers in the channel? Don't they put in a good day for it? Seamus.
Oh, Seamus is a legend, man. He's doing it tough out in the wind and rain and in the elements
All your water shots you see from here are all shot by Seamus Mackham.
all day long, every day, every contest.
Here we go. We've got
It's
that
amazing.
replay of.
Jacob Romero looks, so he's eyeing up this ball just coming right at him, and then he just hits it and flies. Look how high he gets. Just perfect. So he was really tweaked.
I don't
think
know
maybe
how he
just-
didn't handle that.
I mean, he handles those all the time. I see
I
him
know.
doing huge moves like this on a daily basis, and for him not to handle that is just it's
Maybe
just
the nerves, maybe
heartbreaking.
the pressure.
Yeah. I mean, he got so
Has to
high.
be.
And that was a great invert of him. Really tweaked and.
It looked like he was coming down to the perfect spot. Was you see Andrew Lester? Here we go, looking for his backup score.
Oh my gosh, that was huge. Is he going to handle that?
How did he spin that around in the air
man,
like
he
that?
just didn't handle it either. Wow, that was big.
Yeah, he
Poor
went
Andy.
for it. I thought he was going to do one of his big rolls, but
Yeah,
obviously he knows he needs a pretty high score.
Yeah,
And
it was a good that he went for it. You have to go for it in these situations, Kingy. He has to push it to the limit.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got
Well,
Ryan Hardy.
that's what everyone wants to see too, including the judges. So it's good that everyone's stepping up a bit.
Totally. I mean, I think even if he did a roll, if
Here we
Lester
go.
just did a roll, he may not have had the
Would've been a-
projection to get back out. Look at that.
That is
That
massive.
was huge.
How's the way he spun it in the air halfway through it?
That almost would have taken out maybe Jones Russell's, $1,000.
Oh, there he
Jones is
goes.
just hoping people don't land moves. Look at him. He's just like, every time someone doesn't land a move, he's just smiling. His smile gets bigger and bigger. His wallet's getting fatter. He's psyching. So he's got 10 minutes to win $1,000. $1,000 Australian too. I guess that's a pretty
It's a
big
bit stronger
penny
than
these
the
days.
US money at the moment, isn't it?
It's putting
Tables
the
have turned.
US money to shame.
Who's on the
Who's on the
the grass
side of
is
the coin?
the grass is greener, isn't it, Jeff?
It is, yeah. So look at Ryan Hardy's second wave coming in as a 5.68. So that's his second scoring wave. Puts him straight in the first.
Wow,
No
he's just
surprises.
moving through the heats, isn't he?
Yeah. Alex Duranga's in second. He had a 6.18 for that. I think that spin to roll. I think, and Jacob Romero is in third place, and he needs a 5.24 only to get to second, and a 6.24 to get to first. So I mean, he's right there with 10 minutes left. We saw what he can do with these moves. And if he can just land one,
Oh, it's still not over. It's still far from over, but it's just, the writing's on the wall, but it's definitely not engraved.
definitely. And
There's a cliche. There's a
and Andrew Lester's in fourth place. He needs 6.93
yeah.
to
See,
get to
he
second.
doesn't even need a high score.
No.
Leicester can pull 6.93s out of his hat any day of the week.
Well,
So
if he landed that flip, I think he would have gotten almost in the nines.
easy.
So
Yeah. But
it's a
here he
battle
goes.
right
Leicester's
now.
just going to be scratching on anything he can find on the inside as he takes off on one of the waves now. 6.93 is what he's looking for. He's looking for the
man.
lip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just going to start going for it. You'll see Leicester just going for every single wave he catches now.
Oh, he
It's
just
good. It's
did it
good to
right out of
watch
it.
someone when they're in the corner like this. It's exciting because they won't hold back. They won't be doing rolls. They won't be just playing it safe. They're going to be going for it every single wave.
So yeah, he's in fourth place, and he doesn't need a huge score, and he's, like we said, he's super capable of getting it. And
Here he
if he
goes.
just has another crack at a wave like this, he'll probably get the score. That was
So
massive.
That's the big flip. Realizes he's pretty high there and then just spins it right at the end there.
Yeah, and I think what happened was you see him land, and he lands kind of.
It landed heavy.
He landed real heavy, not flat on the whiteboard.
What should he do?
He should have landed flatter, like you
Yeah.
said. Like he landed like too pointy, and he landed in a bad spot where it compressed him and just sent him straight under. So that would have won him $1,000 if he probably landed it. But
Oh, look how smug he's looking.
There,
Oh,
Jones.
who's
Russell,
laughing
he's
now,
laughing.
Chopper? Hey? Who's laughing now, Chopper?
He's got 8 minutes and 32 seconds to get $1,000. But I think, Jonesy may be really stoked on this $1,000, but he's in the quarterfinals, man on man in the next round. So I think that, he's got to be pretty amped on that.
He's throffing. You'll see those white teeth all day today. Alex Urunga trying to increase his score as he just comes off the bottom, times it perfectly, big roll.
That's going to be a good score if he handles this, King.
Yeah, so his second score, what's he looking at improving?
Yeah,
A 5. Here we go. We've got Jacob Romero looking for it.
Jake, so he's
a little
really
bit. Yeah, it was the most he could do out of that wave, but it was a little bit grovelly. Maybe the judges. What does Jacob need?
He needs a 5.24, but Alex just probably increased his
Here you go.
score.
You see Jacob. Nice drop there as he comes into it vertically. Just looking for the section. It's not really panning out, so he just flips off the end there.
Yeah, just dies. That whole wave just died on him.
Yeah.
He was expecting a free fall. You could tell he wanted a free fall after that flip, and then the wave just sucked right back out.
Yeah, Jacob Romero from Hawaii. I think this might be the furthest he's got in a main event.
Yeah, in a Grand Slam. This is the
for
first
sure.
he's got.
He's had a tough little run too, hasn't he? He's like
Yeah.
every comp for about the last 12 months. He's been like he's just you make a heat, he'll lose a heat, and he's just you feel for the guy after a while, and then this.
He's a battler, that's for sure. But I mean, he's definitely almost winning the beard competition. He's got David Hubbard and Chad Jackson battling out for the beard.
I think that he has to take it, doesn't he?
beard
Just
roll.
the bald head also emphasises the beard a bit more too.
It comes to a nice point. If you notice, like the beard's really structured.
And he's got that little Miyagi thing happening with his beard. It's getting that long that.
Yeah, it's definitely helping him on those air reverses he's been doing. Just help swinging him around. It's pretty sick. I just saw a podcast.
I don't think you'll be doing the beard thing, will you, Jeff?
I cannot
might
grow
be
a beard
might
like
be a
that.
bit patchy.
Yeah, it's too splotchy for me.
Come on, mate. Step in line. There's a few in front of you. Everyone's trying, aren't they? Hey? At least he's there for spirit, anyway. Hey? And then you got one behind him as well. The Groms are still working on their bun fluff.
Yeah,
but
so, this heat's got 6 minutes left. Ryan Hardy's in first place. Alex Urunga's score's waiting to come through. We'll see what it does for him. It's going to be a good score, that roll. And,
so the clock is ticking.
And Jacob's waiting for that score.
Oh, look at that. What a gorgeous human. Wow. Beauty and the Beast right there. You got Tyg Richardson and James Russell. Here we go. Chimero looking for it.
Do it,
Not a bad section.
Nice flip. Can he pull this?
Oh, here we go. This is going to make things interesting.
That was what he's been looking for.
He needed a 5.24. He's going to get it on that.
Yeah.
He'll have to get it on that. That's I don't know. I'm calling 6.5, so that's going to.
That's definitely one of the better waves of the heat. It was a really clean flip and landed perfectly in a decent-sized wave. So, Jacob Romero.
He's going to be a happy boy if he gets through this heat.
Oh, yeah, he will indeed. He's up against Ryan Hardy, the defending champion. Alex Urunga winning the GQS last year. Andrew Lester. The names Jacob Romero is up against in this heat are phenomenal. It's like, such an underdog here. And look
Here
at
we
him
go.
coming at
Just
it.
lining it up. Remember we talked about you don't want to give him too much. He's dangerous on anything. There he goes. This would have been an inside wave that no one wanted, and he turns around and does a big backflip.
That's huge.
Gets the scores. But how solid's Hardy looking in this heat? It looks like to me, it feels like he's not even trying. It does.
No,
he's just sitting out there, he's relaxed. He's just cruising, and he's just winning the heat. Still feels like he's in first gear.
Yeah, you're right. It's felt like he's caught 100 waves. He's only caught 3. It's felt like he's been just dominating
He
this
just
heat.
seems so relaxed.
He's only got 2 scoring waves really, and he's in first place.
If you have a look at the field and the way and just the vibe of everyone else surfing and stuff, it just seems like everyone's scratching around trying to catch waves. And Hardy's just Hardy doesn't know the scores either. No one out there actually knows the scores. It's pretty hard to find out what you're coming, but he just seems so relaxed. And
yeah, we got 3 minutes left, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this heat. Man,
We're going for the blast for cash, the Freedom Fins, $1,000. Jones, he'd be watching the clock very closely.
He's just wishing it would speed up. He wants to time travel right now.
How good's that? A free $1,000.
Yeah.
He's just getting that on top of his prize money.
Yeah, and he just, advanced out of his heat, and now he's going to just walk away with $1,000 for doing a huge invert.
Yeah.
That's a fun day's work.
Yeah, it's not bad. Here he goes.
Look at
and
Terry McKenna's just really wants to hand it to him, and he's almost did, but he's got to take it back. It's not over yet, Jonesy. You just wait one more second.
They just have it. Here we go. So this is the big score. Jonesy lines it up perfectly.
That was just so clean. That's what it's all about.
What a nice
folks.
bowl.
I think that's what we all want
That
to
was
do out
awesome,
there.
wasn't it?
It's like just really big.
Jeez,
lodge,
I
man.
walked into it before. I just got here and I walked into the commentary and I saw the wave. I come up on the screen and I was like, "Who's that?" And I was next to Jonesy and I said, "Who's that?" And he goes, "That's me, mate."
But the best news I think right now is Jacob Romero with his last wave goes to first place. So Jacob had a 7.08. Full
Really?
situation change. He jumps into first.
Check.
And now Ryan Hardy's in second. And Alex Young is in third. Alex needs a 6.01 to go second. And Andrew Lester needs a 7.93 to go second. So Andrew Lester needs a really big score.
Your
to advance out of
boy,
this
your
heat.
boy who's just taken the lead.
Yeah,
Jeff.
how was that?
How does that make you feel?
I'm pretty proud of him.
Proud. I was
really
looking for
proud.
that word.
I mean, look at that. He's
I was waiting
just,
for proud.
he had a couple attempts here and just came up short and didn't let it bother him.
Nah,
that would have just
that would have rattled me.
Yeah,
I would have been like, I'm paddling in.
And he just
turned it
kept
all
at
around.
it,
And I guess that's the exciting thing about competing, and not unless you're Alex Urunga or Andrew Lester, but it's the exciting thing of being in a competition and watching a competition too. Like, you can just be down and out, and then all of a sudden, yourself, you won pipe 2 years ago like that, or a year and a half ago like that, and
things
in
just
the last,
switch just like that.
Yeah, it just turns, and you can have all your luck, all the cards are down, and then all of a sudden you get a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and
And then
you're sitting on the podium.
Yeah. He'd be feeling really good after that flip, and I'm not sure if he knows he's in first because a lot of the time it was hard to tell the scores out there. I didn't know what I needed in my heats, and I still think it's tough for them to find out. But hopefully he knows he's doing good and just can look to improve on that 5.95. He's got a minute left in first place. Wow, this is intense,
yeah.
Intense,
and Hardy
man.
still could get bumped off.
Yeah,
like
Andrew
you never
Lester.
know. Like, what does Alex Urunga need?
Alex needs a 6.
Alex needs a 6. What does Lester need?
An 8.
An 8. Hardy's holding priority.
He would be.
Yeah, Hardy's holding priority.